I think you went through something pretty hard in your life right before this all started. I don't know if you're real public with it, but how did you manage, that situation while also starting up as of today, successful company?
I think you're referring to the divorce.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it and it be awkward or anything, but I'm pretty sure you're pretty public about it.
Yeah, so I was in car sales, working a lot of hours there, working every Saturday, working 60 hours a week. Like I said, I was working a lot since I was 18, and I was married, and again, I grew up super poor, and so I always thought, you make six figures, and your life's gonna be great. Like you're considered wealthy, and everything's just gonna fall into place, and that's kind of what it felt like. And it also felt like a lot of my trauma and like the negative things that happened to me when I was young, and at least that's the way it was in my mind. All right, those things happen, and then like life happens to everybody, and the bad stuff happened when you're younger, and then now life's gonna be really good. That's kind of the way that I thought in my mind, and I was proving myself right by continuing. Like things just started going well. I was working a job. I was just like stepping. Then I had an awesome wife, and I thought my life was perfect. Then, so it was right in the midst of all that the company started, actually. Okay. So we had just started at that point. I think I don't know if we did our first flip. It was right around the time of the first flip. I don't remember if you remember if we were done with it or if we had 3 rentals or I don't remember where it was at in it all, but it was right around all the same time that we opened the company. I think that's what really frustrated her too, was that she's like, wait a second. So not only do you not have time now, but then you're going to start another company. And then in my mind, that's the solution. It's like, okay, hey, I'm working a lot of hours now, making good money. That life's great. But obviously I want to spend time with you too. So if I do this company, work really hard, it's going to give me more free time. She wasn't willing to wait, it seemed like. And right. Obviously I abandoned her and emotionally. And so I wasn't there for her. I wasn't listening. I wasn't very receptive to feedback to her feelings, and I would tell her more about how she should feel as opposed to how she does feel. So I definitely had some opportunities in that. While all that was going on, and then she finally left me, then at that point, I went straight into working real hard. I thought I worked hard before. Well, dude, I was just like, all right, well, I'm feeling like garbage, so let me just not think about it at all, and let me just go straight into work. So then I started working even more and pushing even harder, and it kind of numbed my pain. So I always talk about there's a healthy way to recover and there's a negative way to recover. Some people go to alcohol, they go to drugs, they go to different things. I went to work into working out, and so that was the way that I fixed my life.
So it's a distraction.
Exactly, distraction. Okay. And so I think that people can have healthy distractions, and other people will give you pats on the back of hey, good job. You're looking real ripped, you're looking jacked, and hey, good job. You're building this business and stuff. And inside you're suffering, and nobody really knows it because you're just masking and you're hiding your emotions with positive things that other people will give you affirmation for. Right. And so that's exactly what I did. Is maybe I'm still doing that a little bit to this day. I just. And make sure that I don't have to think about things so much and actually deal with my emotions and go through this stuff. But anyway, that's what I did. And then while going through all of that stuff, I really did think about what's important. And then I went to serving other people. That helped me a lot. And then Jimmy, a good friend of mine, helped me a lot through that time. And then we started a small group and then got closer to my faith. That helped me through that time and helped with, again, reminding myself of what's important. And then helping other people was a big thing too. We went and did Villages of Hannah, which is some different things downtown where you help some just people in need. And that helped me stop thinking about myself so much too, of it's all about me, which I think is important to still go through your emotions, think about yourself, think about different things, but also if you're feeling hurt, sometimes it helps to be helpful to other people. Yeah. And so that's what I did. And then now it's helped me to emotionally be able to deal with that stuff, and I, honestly, if I didn't do that, I don't think that I'd be able to have the emotions or the connection that I even have with all of you guys, because I'd be thinking the same way, which you can still tell I get into that mindset and that mode of oh well, hey, don't think like that. Don't feel like that. When it's dude, you can't control how you feel. So I want to be receptive, open, and then really help with that. So Yeah, it was really an ego death, and I had to go introspective and really think about my life and where I wanted to go and what I wanted. And then, I still knew this aligned. And then also, when I commit to something and someone, I feel like an obligation to do that all the way through. And I committed that we're gonna do this. And so then it's like, all right, we're gonna power through. So
that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.